In this video, I'm going to highlight a few items in the Blackboard course shell for Econ 313 in spring 2021. As I indicated in the welcome video that went over the syllabus and the course outline, the Blackboard course shell is really the hub for the course. Everything in the course, obviously, because it's an online course, goes through Blackboard. You can see here a bit different version. I'm going to switch actually to the view that you'll see entering the student view. I've got a few other icons that are listed on mine that are hidden to you just for things to assist me. So what you see on the left-hand side is a left-hand side menu that has access to really everything that you need in the course. So pay attention to that, get to know it. Some things may get moved around a little bit, but all the elements will be there. Should always open up with the announcements page, which will also generally be emailed to you. But you can come back and see the announcements here as well. Right, as I indicated to you in the opening email with the course, you should go to the Start Here page and download the syllabus, get the textbook, right, and then purchase the Wall Street Journal subscription and sign up for the Remind app. All right, once you do that, you're kind of ready to go with the course. You'll see that there's a link to the syllabus. All right. There's a link to a week-by-week course guide that in most cases, if there's a file, it's above some annotated text. And in this case, with the course guide, you also have access to all of the areas in Blackboard that have graded assignments. So there's some duplication here. So you could be looking at the course guide. From there, you can go to any one of the things that, for example, that might be due that week. It's going to be in one of those areas. Those are the sort of the general graded areas in the course. All right. We'll come back to that in just a moment. There are also chapter by chapter video demonstrations, other related resources that go along with that. I'll be adding to that throughout the semester. Online office hours, those are listed here. They're in the syllabus as well, but there's a direct link to the Zoom room to connect. That room should be open during those office hours. You'll be put in the waiting room and I'll let you in. There are, as I said, chapter by chapter video demonstrations. You'll go through each chapter within a chapter, not in chapter 1, but all the other chapters. There'll be some PowerPoint slides. These will not be narrated PowerPoint slides. They'll just be the PowerPoint slides summarizing really each chapter. You can think of it as kind of a cliff notes for the chapter, the main points in each chapter in the textbook. There'll be an audio overview of that chapter, highlighting the main points, usually 3-4 minutes long. And then there will be a series of videos, sometimes 1 or 2 or 3. And oftentimes these are going through some material that extends what's discussed in the chapter. Right, so actually getting you to kind of work through some of that material. It's directly related to that material. I'll be adding to these videos, to this video library throughout the semester, as I mentioned. Okay. If you need to contact me, there's contact information, announcements page. That's the one that opens up to, but you can always get back to that by clicking on the announcements link. Messages that get sent out through Remind will also appear here. So there'll be a history of those Remind messages. Those are the messages that will go out to your phone as a text message, but they'll be duplicated here. You can check your grades. We'll keep them up to date throughout the semester. And then there's some other information here, some tips for how to be successful during COVID in an online kind of setting, the COBE academic integrity and student conduct policy. There's a link to that right here. I really suggest you read through that so that you're fully aware of that policy and that you abide by what's in that policy accordingly. For you to access the textbook and Pearson, there's a direct link right here. I might move that up further by the start here portion. We'll see. But there's a direct link to get to the Pearson MyLab resources here in Blackboard. In this place, they're keeping current section. There'll be additional resources, additional readings, etc. That'll take you out to a Google Doc. I'll be updating this. There's a whole series of really useful resources about macroeconomics. I'll be updating that and modifying that as we go along to keep everything fresh. I haven't done that yet. There may be some links that need to get refreshed, but I will go through and make sure that that's the case if there are any that are not. Then economics in the news. I'll have a Twitter feed. I've been dormant over the last semester. I wasn't teaching this past semester. I was recovering from COVID. But I will think of this as a curated set of pointers to macroeconomic information. Sometimes it'll be things from the Wall Street Journal that you might want to look at for your weekly macroeconomic discussion board posts, but it could be other things as well, New York Times pieces, etc. So think about this as a curated list of economic news that I've curated for you. It's a really useful why study economics. Almost all of you are econ majors in the course. This is from the American Economic Association. I encourage you to watch this video about the kinds of things and opportunities that are available in economics and with an economics degree. This part is probably the most important for you in some respects. This is the place where all the assignments are. All the graded areas from the syllabus are laid out here. This is where you'll go for reading quizzes, and that will be done in the Pearson MyLab. You'll click on that link, the My Econ Lab homework. That's just the that's the link. That I can't change that to say reading quiz. It is what it is, and I can't change that. But really, that's what it is. It's not homework. Homework will be different. There's a discussion board about macroeconomic conditions that you'll be contributing to weekly. That's listed there. Exams. This is where you will pick up your exams and drop off your exams in Blackboard. There's not anything there obviously yet. Just-in-time teaching exercises, homework sets will be placed here. They will be PDF files that you'll download, and then you will upload your responses as a PDF file as well. The Fred dashboard project, there's nothing there yet. The briefing report, there's a little bit there more, but I'll be filling out more of those as we go along further in the course. Then there are some links to and some information for exams. There are review questions, for example, for each one of the chapters. There's actually a past exam just as a way of illustrating the kinds of questions that you might get asked. They're from a couple years ago, 3 years ago, but it's a similar kind. There'll be a similar kind of flavor, and I'll say more about that as we get closer, for example, to the first exam. But these review questions are actually really useful, even as you're going along. You'll see the kinds of questions, and you can use that as a guide along with each one of the chapters as the kind of learning that you should be doing in that chapter and things you should be able to do at the end of that chapter. some tools for studying effectively. This is actually really useful. 6 different kinds of effective learning strategies, evidence-based from cognitive science. I encourage you to watch the video and to look at the handout here. Some really useful strategies, not just for this course, but for all of your courses. And then there's some support links down here: online tutoring, the library, things related to any kinds of technology issues, client technology desk for the university, and Blackboard help as well. There are links also in the syllabus for Blackboard help and client technology services, and also for the Pearson MyLab. I just wanted to give you a kind of a quick overview of the Blackboard site. There could be some things that get added to this, or some things could get moved around a bit. For right now, this getting started is critical, and then just make sure that you're aware of where things are and the kinds of resources that are available for you to help with your success in this course. As I said, I'll be adding more resources as the semester goes on, in particular in terms of videos during the semester. There may be some other kinds of worksheets or other kinds of activities like that that I might make available, and we'll be filling out some of these other areas, such as the Fred dashboard, briefing report, with more information as the semester goes along as well. I'll be giving you information about the Fred dashboard actually pretty soon. Briefing report will be a few weeks from now. If you have any questions about Blackboard, about the site, about where to get information, about where to find information, please let me know. You can email me. We can set up a Zoom session. I'm interested in your success in the course, and I want to try and provide resources that are going to help you be successful. So again, let me know if you have any questions at any time during this semester.